Right, this food plot behind me is fired out, done with it, starting all over right now. We'll fix it. This is arguably the most important plot on my property. I've got some nice buck activity from last year's scrapes that I could see going on here, and I've done everything right, but it just won't grow. I've limed it, I've prepped it, I've overseeded it, I've fertilized it, I've re-overseeded it, I've mowed it. So the coyote is going to go to work again, and we are disking it all up. The only thing that's in here you can see is a little bit of chicory, which I hate getting rid of good stuff, but I'm going to replant chicory in the mix as well. So September 1st, sometimes you just got to shake things up when a plot ain't working for you. This is going to have one strip of clover and chicory perennial mix, and basically the rest is going to be annuals, oats, wheat, and brassicas, and those will come up. Those will come up in a sidewalk crack. So this food plot is out and a new one's going in. What's going in my perennial strip. I got white and red clover there, chicory, straight chicory there, no mixes, and alfalfa. That's my strip of perennials for this brand new / fired food plot. Okay, this new plot is done. I'll show you the strips I made. As far as how to plant it, if you watch my last video, I'll show you all the steps, but I'll show you the mix on this one. The real point here is to not be afraid to just tear the thing up and start over. If you're having trouble with a new plot, annuals, in other words, fall plots, are much easier to establish than perennials. And that's what I'm doing now, but I'm doing both. So this plot here was all perennials and it just wouldn't take. So now this is what I did. On those two lanes over on that side are oats and wheat and brassica mix. They're all annuals. This half here over here is clover, chicory, and alfalfa with a little bit of oats mixed in as a cover to get it started. So if this takes off, then I'll have my half perennials started for next year already, and I'll have a really nice fall plot on the other side. So the goal here for every one of my plots is to get a year-round food source. So I'll check back in a week or so with this. I might even water it because this is an important plot. You can hear them working back at the home site. It's only about 60 yards from the house, but all over here, every direction is deep, deep wooded hills and thick, nasty stuff. So I've got a lot of deer that I'll draw from this direction. All right, here's a look after some water. This micro plot has now become my pet project. pig pond. Just fired up the water pump. And you can see that plot from here. It's only about 20 yards off of that pond. And here's a barbed wire fence that I had to stack logs on so I don't bust my hose. There's the old pig pond in there. However, it's all stunk up now with my sweat and that, but I got an excavator going. I know there's a big buck in here. And I'm talking big. So this has now become elevated on my list. Even though it's close to the house, I have to grow this, and I have to grow it very thick and well for a year-round source here. So stay tuned. You're gonna see bright green on this, even though it was dead for a whole summer in the spring.
Hey, what are you doing?
Watering the ninja plot. Extreme passion. Oh yeah. All right, here's a bird's eye look at throwing some water on her. It's going to be interesting to see that very end there. When this greens up, I'll show you the difference there, if there is one, which I'm sure there will be.